Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Paul Brown Show. This evening, my guest will be Senator Malcolm Graham. He's the 12th District Congressional candidate for North Carolina. How are you doing there, Senator Graham?
It's a pleasure to be back with you, and I'm doing great.
Thank you for coming back on the show. What experience do you bring when it comes to being elected as North Carolina Congressional 12th District?
Well, I've been around for a while in this community. First started off by managing a nonprofit organization, the Carolinas Minority Supply Development Council, and what we did was help minority business owners engage with major corporations throughout the Carolinas. I did the same thing for major corporations, working for Bank of America and Board of Lease, helping to put public policies in place that, again, encourage the utilization of small business owners. I work as an educator. I work at Johnson C. Smith University, encouraging students to get a great education and focused on STEM education, the science, technology, engineering, and math. Also work with them to revitalize the West Trade Street, Batesville Road corridor. Served for 5 years, 3 terms on the Charlotte City Council, building infrastructure throughout the city in Hidden Valley and Hampshire Hill and Shannon Park. And lastly, I've served for the past 5 terms in the North Carolina State Senate, where I chair the Mecklenburg delegation. So I think all those experiences make me uniquely qualified to serve as the 12th congressional representative in the United States Congress, a wealth of experience.
And I'd like to say that you have done an outstanding job representing the state of North Carolina as our senator. And I just want to applaud you for all the work that you do for our community. What economic development have you created while as senator, and what do you feel is needed in the 12th district?
Well, economic development is my background. As I said earlier, my job as a professional is to engage economic opportunities for minority and small business owners throughout the country, really. As a member of the Charlotte City Council, I was responsible for working with Belmont revitalization. It was a drug-infested neighborhood, Belmont, Piedmont courts, high crime rates, etc. Worked with the city of Charlotte as a member of council and Congressman Watt to get a Hope 6 application, and we transformed that community that once was drug-ridden, crime-infested, to a mixed-use facility where now families of all income brackets are coming together trying to create a community that's safe and secure for our children in our community. At Johnson C. Smith University, I just got through building a $28 million facility right on West Trade Street, Batesville Road. It's called Mosaic Village. It is 4-story parking deck, 10,000 square feet of retail, 80 suite apartments that hold 300 students. It's the largest economic development project that occurred on a distressed corridor in the city of Charlotte in the past 25 years. $28 million facility right there on West Trade Street, Batesville Road. I can go on and talk about the importance of community building, capacity building, and revitalizing communities, but those are just 2 short examples of my commitment to community building. And that's what I want to do if I get elected to Congress: work with the housing authorities, work with Secretary Donovan and HUD, Housing and Urban Development, to build strong, sustainable communities throughout the 12th Congressional District.
What are your views on our community safety, and what are some of the actions created while as senator?
Well, community safety is always important, and as a state senator, one of the things I did primarily because of what was happening in Hidden Valley is right off of North Tryon Street in Charlotte. They had a gang problem, and gang had overwritten that community, and I went to the state senate and got comprehensive gang legislation passed that pit those individuals who recruit our kids in jail, literally, and provided funds for nonprofit organizations, cities and counties, police departments to help kids stay away from gangs. We need to have strong law enforcement in our communities. We need to work with the cities throughout the 12th Congressional District, the mayors and the council members, to ensure that safety and community safety is one of those things that's a high mark on within the district. And so certainly I want to work with the mayors throughout the 12th Congressional Districts to ensure that every city is safe and secure.
Why is it so important that we have a safe community, especially with our elderly and with our youth that's in the community?
Well, this is where we live, right? And this is where we play, and this is where we send our kids to school, and this is where we treat our elderly. So we want a safe environment for all people. We want an environment where people feel that they can go shopping and not feel that they're going to get in trouble, or they can park their car and know that their car is going to be safe when they get back there. We just need to make sure that as we go about community building, that safety is the first and foremost hallmark. And Chief Monroe here in the city of Charlotte has done a tremendous job in terms of providing an environment where college kids feel safe, the elderly feel safe. I used the example of Hidden Valley, that the folks now, that gang problem has dissipated enough. So working with the police departments and working with the city of Charlotte and other community leaders to build a community that's safer today than it was yesterday.
How would you rate our current programs for our youth?
Well, I think they're good. Can they be better? Yes. There are a number of initiatives throughout this community, Right Moves for Youth, the Boys and Girls Clubs, the YMCA, all are investing in our children because everyone clearly understands and knows that our children are our future. So programmatic activities for our kids to keep them away from gangs, to keep them away from trouble is essential. And when I was growing up, we always was able to go to the tennis court right down the street in Charleston, South Carolina. Okay. And there were folks out there that took care of me when my mom and my father were at work. I mean, so we have to have the same type of environment in our communities where each one must teach one and reach one, right? So we need to make sure that there's people in the community beyond the family environment are looking after our kids and providing safe environments and providing the type of programmatic activity to keep them structured, keep them focused, and to keep them out of trouble.
Why is there such a passion within you in having these programs for our youth? I mean, because just like you said, those are our future. Why is it so important that we have these programs and funding available for
well,
them?
Again, we have to build a foundation where our community is there to support our children. And these programs, whether it's again the Boys and Girls Club or the YMCA or the Right Moves for Youth or others, Janine Davis in Girl Talk does a tremendous job of reaching out to young ladies in our community, teaching them etiquette, teaching them manners, how to conduct themselves, job interviewing skills. We need to build a foundation for our community, and these programs, whether it's here in Charlotte or Greensboro or High Point or Salisbury, are so essential and important because they provide the foundation for our kids to grow and learn from. You know, ever wasn't for the Boys and Girls Club, which gave me a foundation when I was growing up in Charleston, the West Side Tennis Club, and that's where I kind of hung out as a young guy growing up, and they provided foundation for me. They provided structure, it provided discipline, and it gave me an opportunity to see that, you know, there's something out there that's better than my current environment, and it taught me goals and how to reach for goals and to meet them.
I know we talk a lot about our youth, but we also have the elderly, the senior citizens, and they're vital within our community as well. Do we have enough programs to help them out? And if not, what do you feel we need to do?
The Charlotte Senior Center here in Charlotte does a tremendous job in terms of providing access and activities to encourage our seniors to be involved. I mean, again, these ladies and gentlemen are the leaders of our community. They've provided hard work, and now they're in their glory years. And these programs, senior programs, making sure that we have the type of resources necessary to support them are critically needed. And government plays a role in that, making sure that we protect Social Security, Medicaid and Medicare, and many of them rely on that. So making sure that we give to them what they've given to us, which is service, and they paid into the system. And my job and others is making sure that the system is there for them in their glory years, whether it's Social Security or Medicaid or Medicare, senior living, assisted living, making sure that as we grow older, there's a program in place, that there's a vehicle in place to provide access for seniors to have a quality of life no different than a 21 or 22-year-old.
I know as you look into our community, we see a lot of our senior citizens that's working, still in employment, and how vital is it that we make sure that they have some means of employment if needed?
Well, certainly job creation for everybody is important, and certainly for our seniors, because many of them are living on fixed income and they do need to work. And so obviously I don't believe that there should be discriminating against based on their age, that if they have the skills, the desire, and the need to work, that they should be able to find a job and compete in the marketplace. And so obviously I support equal employment for all, whether it's an 18, 19-year-old graduating from high school looking for that first job, or a senior citizen trying to provide income to make ends meet. Access to employment, access to jobs are important to everyone, no matter how old or how young you are.
I know we have a growing Hispanic community coming within not only Charlotte but around the 12th district. How important is it for you to get out and get connected with that network?
Everybody's important, right? And so, I mean, the 12th Congressional District is a majority minority district.
Correct.
Many African American Latinos live, work, play in the district. And so my job as a candidate and as a senator is to make sure that they receive equal representation, that they know that there's someone out there looking out for them as well. They have the same issues that we all care about, right?
Yes.
They need health care, they need quality education, they're looking for jobs, they're looking for equal opportunity. I mean, so all those things that are important to me and you, they're important to everyone, no matter what the ethnic group are. So my job is to represent them, to reach out to them, to promote them, to encourage them, and also to make sure that they play fair within the laws of the land. Now, certainly immigration reform is going to be a big issue in the United States Congress, and I have an open ear. And I want to make sure that those who are here and play by the rules have equal access to services and means to acquire them. And the first means is the ability to, again, get a job and to take care of their families and themselves.
While as senator, I know you're out in the community.
Mm-hmm.
You're really involved. You can see you everywhere you go. I mean, why is that so important that we're able to get connected with Senator Graham?
Well, it's called representation, right? And
Yes,
so you can't be a representative of the people and stay in your house. And that's why it's so important for me to go out and go to high school football, basketball games, to go out to community meetings, to go out and host town hall meetings myself, because my voice, my vote is based on what the people who elect me voice and voice are. And so I need to know what their concerns are. And I can tell you, Paul, you know, as I make my way around this community, it's the same thing over and over again. Malcolm, I need a job. Malcolm, I've been chronically unemployed and I don't know why the governor is taking away unemployment insurance. Malcolm, I'm a teacher and I want to go get a master's, but yet the state government is not allowing me to get extra pay for more education. Tax reform. Malcolm, why are my taxes going up and those who are making millions of dollars on major corporation taxes are going down? Many women out there feel very pit upon because of the laws that the state government did the last session regarding women's rights to choose. So by being out in the community, by being visible and being available to the constituents, I get to hear firsthand what their views are on a wide variety of issues. And there's a lot different than talking to someone face to face versus getting an email or a phone call. You look that person in the eye, you know exactly that they're very sincere, that they care about that particular issue, and you get it instantaneously.
You're a father, you're a husband, you're a senator, you're an administrator at Johnson C. Smith University. You wear lots of hats. Now you're running for a Congress seat. How do you do it?
It's a balancing act, and I got a great support system of family and friends who support me. The university has allowed me to have a dual career. My wife is very understanding in terms of my goals and objectives, not only to take care of my family, and that's my first priority, but also a need and desire to work within the community. My daughters are a little older now. Courtney is a junior in college at Winston-Salem State, and Nicole's